Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Adorable photo of Nikola Jokic chasing Goran Dragic's son goes viral. Last week, former Miami Heat guard Goran Dragic said goodbye to the game of basketball. There were plenty tributes and memories at his farewell game in Slovenia, but it was hard to find a better moment than a photo that captured. It featured three-time MVP Nikola Jokic chasing down an offensive player on the break. That player was Dragic's 10-year-old son Matteo. The photo was posted on Instagram by Dragic's brother, Zoran, who also played for the Heat. Zoran Dragic wrote, "You have to run faster when the 3x MVP is chasing you." It was the perfect way for Goran Dragic to end his career. A one-time All-Star, he is one of the most beloved players in Heat history despite only playing a short period in Miami. He served as the bridge to help the organization get over when LeBron James returned to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Many fans felt the Heat should have stayed with Dragic instead trading for Kyle Lowry in 2021. Dragic helped the Heat make the NBA Finals in 2020, where they lost to LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers in the Orlando bubble. With Lowry, the Heat did make another appearance in the finals against the Nuggets but fell 4-1. The Dragic event, dubbed the Night of the Dragon, also featured Heat players Nikola Jokic and Josh Richardson and Luka Doncic, Dirk Nowitzki, Steve Nash, and former Heat star Chris Bosh. 5 best targets for the Miami Heat ahead of 2024-25 season. The Miami Heat have not been able to replace the success they had in the 2022-23 NBA season when they made the NBA Finals. They were a first-round exit last year, mainly due to Jimmy Butler's unfortunate injury, but return next season with the same core. There are doubts about the team's ability to overcome the underdog status and return to the NBA Finals and might need to look at the field for one of the 5 best targets for them in the offseason. With the right player coming on board, the Heat have a chance to be title contenders in the 2024-25 NBA season. 1. Brandon Ingram potential trade offer to the New Orleans Pelicans, Tyler Herro, Jamie Jaquez Jr., Haywood Highsmith. Acquiring Brandon Ingram would give the Miami Heat a versatile scorer who can slot seamlessly alongside Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. In the 2023-24 season, Ingram averaged 20.8 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 5.7 assists per game while shooting 49.2% from the field and 35.5% from three-point range. His offensive arsenal includes a smooth mid-range game, the ability to score in isolation, and a knack for creating shots for his teammates. Ingram's length, 6 feet 8 inches with a 7 feet 3 inches wingspan, also adds defensive versatility, allowing him to guard multiple positions, which fits Miami's switch-heavy defensive scheme. Trading for Ingram would require parting ways with Tyler Herro, Jamie Jaquez Jr., and Haywood Highsmith. While Herro is a young scorer and playmaker, Ingram represents an upgrade in terms of size and versatility. The Heat also sacrifice some future upside in Jaquez Jr., but the chance to acquire an all-star caliber player in his prime may outweigh this concern. Ingram is a more proven scorer who could help alleviate the offensive burden on Butler, especially in clutch situations. From New Orleans' perspective, acquiring Herro provides them with a sharpshooter who averaged 20.8 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 4.5 assists per game in 2023-24, shooting 39.6% from deep. Herro could be a better fit next to Zion Williamson and C.J. McCollum, offering spacing and additional shot creation. The addition of the second-year Jaquez Jr. and Highsmith gives the Pelicans young, cost-effective pieces to build around as they continue to solidify their rotation. 2. Zack LaVine potential trade offer to the Chicago Bulls, Terry Rozier, Duncan Robinson, 2027 second-round pick, MIA. Zack LaVine would bring a dynamic offensive presence to the Miami Heat. In the 2023-24 season, LaVine averaged 19.5 points per game while shooting 45.2% from the field and 34.9% from three-point range in a down year. Even if there are doubts that the shooting guard can return to all-star status for the first time since 2021-22, LaVine would add another dimension to Miami's offense, especially in transition and as a secondary ball handler. His ability to create his own shot and hit three-pointers off the dribble could help open up the floor for Butler and Adebayo. The trade would involve sending Terry Rozier, Duncan Robinson, and a future second-round pick to the Bulls. While Robinson has been a valuable shooter, his defensive limitations have reduced his effectiveness in Eric Spoelstra's system. Rozier, meanwhile, is a solid scorer but doesn't have LaVine's explosiveness or consistency. Acquiring LaVine, who can play both shooting guard and small forward, would provide Miami with a younger, more dynamic offensive weapon who can operate both on and off the ball. For the Bulls, this deal would give them additional depth and flexibility. Rozier, who averaged 19.8 points and 5.6 assists per game in 2023-24, could fill in as a starter or sixth man while providing some scoring punch. Duncan Robinson, who shot 39.5% from three last season, offers floor spacing that could benefit the development of young players like Josh Giddey, Patrick Williams, and Kobe White. The 2027 second-round pick adds a future asset that can be valuable for potential trade opportunities or drafting a hidden gem. 3. Julius Randle potential trade offer to the New York Knicks. Tyler Herro, 2027 second-round pick, MIA, 2031 second-round pick, MIA, a bona fide all-star. Julius Randle would provide the Heat with a rugged forward who can score, rebound, and facilitate from the power forward position. Randle averaged 24.0 points, 9.2 rebounds, and 5.0 assists per game in the 2023-24 season, bringing a well-rounded game to the table. He would complement Adebayo well, allowing Bam to focus more on his defensive and playmaking duties. Randle's ability to score in the post and stretch the floor wouldn't affect Miami's spacing either. The trade for Randle would see the Heat sending Tyler Herro and two future second-round picks to the Knicks. While Herro's shooting and playmaking are assets, Miami's need for a versatile frontcourt player might outweigh the loss of backcourt scoring. NBA trade proposal could bring Kyle Kuzma to the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat need to go all out to improve their supporting cast. In the last NBA playoffs, the Miami Heat failed to overcome the Denver Nuggets, so perhaps it's time to make some bold decisions. Because of this, the website Bleacher Report gave an idea of a trade that would work under the new NBA collective agreement and that could give the Miami Heat more height and shooting. In July, a reporter said that the Miami Heat's most serious trade talks are with the Washington Wizards, a team in reconstruction, and that they could bring Kyle Kuzma. Last season, Washington almost traded Kuzma to the Dallas Mavericks, but ultimately backed out when Kuzma made it clear he didn't want to go to Dallas because he didn't think they were close to winning a title. Ironically, Dallas played in this year's final series. League and team sources said Kuzma would love to go to the Miami Heat, and the Miami Heat would love to have him, too, Irwin wrote. But given his limited offensive performance and injuries, perhaps it's time to move on. This 3-4-2 trade would also open up a roster spot for the Miami Heat, which would be great for bringing in a veteran free agent. Kuzma had his most productive season as the main player on a team without high aspirations, averaging 22.2 points, 46.3% shooting, 4.2 assists, and 6.6 rebounds per game. He was a consistent scorer, averaging 20 points the last two seasons. Kuzma already has a championship ring, one with the Lakers in the Orlando bubble in 2020. A season later, he was sent to the Wizards. Today, Kuzma has one of the best value-for-money contracts in the league, a 4-year, $90 million contract with 3 years remaining. During last season's trade deadline, the Wizards wanted multiple first-round picks for Kuzma, according to Jake Fisher of Yahoo Sports. It is unclear whether the price has dropped. Jalen Hood-Schifino, who was the Lakers' first-round pick last year, would likely count as one of those picks, along with a protected top 6 pick in 2031. If that's the price to bring in Kuzma, it could seem like a bad trade for the Miami Heat, especially considering that the board included him in the negotiation for Russell Westbrook, which did not work out. In this case, Miami Heat should try to extract more value. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Kyle Kuzma? Leave your opinion in the comments.